Have you ever wondered why your erection seems strong one week, weak the next, almost as if your body is sending mixed signals you can't fully understand? And what if I told you that something as simple as a basic ingredient you already have at home, combined with one secret natural booster, could dramatically improve blood flow to the penis and help you regain firmness in just minutes? This might sound surprising, but many of the men I treat over 50 discover that their struggle is not just about age, testosterone, or stress. It is often about internal balance, circulation efficiency, and the chemical environment inside the body. And that's exactly where bicarbonate becomes far more powerful than most men imagine. I'm Dr. Emily Collins, urologist, and in this video I want to guide you through a practical and science-based approach to supporting stronger erections using something incredibly simple. When a man reaches his 50s, the blood vessels that feed the penis often lose elasticity. Acid buildup increases, nitric oxide drops, and the penis stops responding with the same intensity it once did during sex or moments of arousal. This is why many men describe their erections as softer, slower, or inconsistent. But bicarbonate interacts directly with this internal environment. It neutralizes excess acidity, improves microcirculation, and creates conditions where the erectile tissue can fill more efficiently with blood. When combined with the right natural ingredient, this effect becomes even stronger. The mixture helps relax the vascular walls, boosts oxygen availability, and supports the chemical reactions your penis depends on to achieve a firm, reliable erection. And what men appreciate most is that this approach doesn't rely on pills, doesn't create dependency, and works with your physiology instead of forcing it. Throughout this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to prepare this mixture, the correct timing, the safe dosage, and the reason behind every step so you actually understand what is happening inside your body. Before we continue, tell me something. Have you ever experienced a moment where your erection simply didn't respond the way you expected during sex, and it left you worried or frustrated? Feel free to share in the comments. Understanding your own experience helps you make sense of what your body is trying to tell you. And while you're here, remember to like this video and check if you're subscribed, because knowing how your circulation works and how to support your penis properly can change everything. And what you'll discover next may surprise you as we move deeper into how this simple mixture actually works. As we start unpacking what really happens to a man's body after 50, it becomes clear that weakened erections are not the result of a single cause but a gradual chain of internal shifts that build up silently over time. Most men notice the symptoms long before they understand the mechanisms behind them. They describe morning erections becoming less frequent, arousal taking longer to build, or the penis losing firmness midway through intimacy. These experiences are not random. They are the physical reflection of changes happening deep inside the vascular system, hormonal environment, and cellular chemistry that influence how blood flows into the erectile tissue. One of the most overlooked processes is the natural decline in nitric oxide. This compound is responsible for signaling the blood vessels in the penis to expand, allowing strong circulation. When nitric oxide levels fall, the arteries struggle to relax, and the blood that once surged easily now arrives in smaller, inconsistent waves. At the same time, the internal pH of the body slowly shifts toward a more acidic environment. This acidification affects enzyme activity, oxygen availability, and the flexibility of the smooth muscles inside the penile chambers. When the environment becomes too acidic, the erectile tissue has difficulty filling fully, and the sensation of firmness is replaced by something softer and less reliable. Circulation itself also changes with age. The small arteries that supply the penis become less elastic and more reactive to stress. Even mild fluctuations in blood pressure or emotional tension can interrupt the process, making it feel as though the body is resisting arousal rather than supporting it. Many men assume this is purely a hormonal issue, but the truth is more complex. While testosterone plays a role, the foundation of a strong erection lies in vascular responsiveness and chemical balance. Without these two systems working together, even normal testosterone levels cannot create the rigidity or stability required for satisfying sexual performance. This is why certain natural substances, including bicarbonate, start becoming relevant. By adjusting internal acidity and supporting a healthier pH, the body can optimize the conditions that nitric oxide needs to function properly. When the internal environment becomes more balanced, the arteries respond more easily, and blood flow becomes more consistent. It is not about forcing an erection but about removing the internal obstacles that interfere with it. The better the environment, the more naturally the penis reacts when stimulation begins. Men often describe a renewed sense of responsiveness once circulation and pH begin to shift. The penis feels more alive, more reactive to touch, and more capable of maintaining firmness without constant mental focus. This change is not sudden, but it can happen faster than many expect once the body receives the right support. And understanding why the decline happens gives you the clarity needed to take control of the process rather than simply hoping performance improves on its own, especially as we continue exploring how simple adjustments can create meaningful changes. When we look deeper into how bicarbonate works inside the body, the connection to sexual performance becomes more direct than most men imagine. Bicarbonate is not just a kitchen ingredient. It plays a crucial role in regulating the acid-base balance of your bloodstream, acting as one of the body's primary buffers. Every cell, including the smooth muscle cells inside the penis, depends on a stable internal environment to function properly. When acidity rises even slightly, those cells react by contracting more tightly, restricting the natural expansion that is necessary for a strong erection. This is why some men feel their penis becoming stubborn, slower to fill, or losing rigidity despite adequate stimulation. By supporting the body's buffering system, bicarbonate helps neutralize excess acidity and creates a more favorable environment for the biochemical reactions involved in erection. This includes the production and preservation of nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing vascular walls. Without enough nitric oxide, the blood vessels inside the penis remain partially constricted, allowing only a limited amount of blood to enter the erectile chambers. But when bicarbonate helps stabilize pH, the enzymes that produce nitric oxide operate more efficiently. That means the penis receives stronger signals to open the vascular pathways, making it easier to achieve a firm and lasting erection. There's also a circulatory dimension often overlooked. Acidic conditions interfere with the way oxygen binds to hemoglobin, reducing the amount of oxygen reaching peripheral tissues, including the erectile tissue. Poor oxygenation weakens the performance of the smooth muscles and slows the ability of the penis to trap blood effectively. When bicarbonate reduces acidity, oxygen delivery improves, and the penile tissue becomes more responsive. It begins to behave more like it did years earlier, reacting quickly when arousal begins and maintaining firmness with less effort. Another aspect of bicarbonate's action involves inflammation. As men age, low-grade inflammation accumulates in the bloodstream and arterial walls. This inflammation subtly stiffens the small arteries that supply the penis, making them less flexible and less capable of rapid dilation. Bicarbonate's supportive effect on physiological balance indirectly reduces this inflammatory reactivity, helping the arteries relax more easily during moments of arousal. Men often describe a sense of increased warmth and responsiveness as blood flow improves in this way. What makes bicarbonate especially valuable is that it works with the body's natural mechanisms rather than attempting to override them. It does not force an erection the way some medications do. Instead, it removes the invisible barriers that make achieving strong erections more difficult. When combined with a second natural ingredient that boosts nitric oxide even further, these internal adjustments become noticeable in a surprisingly short period of time. The body begins to shift, circulation becomes more efficient, and the penis responds with more confidence, setting the stage for understanding how the right combination can amplify these effects even more. Now that the role of bicarbonate is clearer, The next step is understanding why combining it with a specific natural ingredient creates such a powerful effect on erection quality. The ingredient I am referring to is lemon, a simple but incredibly active source of natural citrates that influence circulation, nitric oxide production, and vascular flexibility. When lemon interacts with bicarbonate, a chemical transformation occurs that enhances absorption, gently stimulates blood flow, and supports the body's natural process of vasodilation. This reaction does not just improve digestive comfort or energy levels. It directly influences the internal environment required for the penis to achieve and maintain firmness. Lemon contains bioactive compounds that help the body convert nitrates into nitric oxide more efficiently. This is essential for men over 50 because nitric oxide production becomes slower with age. When the vascular system loses the ability to release nitric oxide quickly, the arteries inside the penis do not open fully, resulting in a softer or delayed erection. By integrating lemon into the mixture, the body receives an additional push that supports both the signaling and relaxing of the blood vessels. The effect is subtle at first but grows stronger with consistent use as the biochemical pathways adapt and strengthen. There is also an important circulatory effect that results from the interaction between lemon and bicarbonate. Lemon increases microcirculation, especially in peripheral areas where blood flow tends to weaken first, such as the hands, feet, and erectile tissue. When the mixture enters the bloodstream, it gently stimulates the endothelial lining of the arteries, encouraging smoother movement of blood and improving the responsiveness of the smaller vessels. Men often report that warmth in the pelvic region becomes more noticeable as circulation improves, and this change directly influences the speed and strength at which the penis responds to physical or mental arousal. Another factor is the enhancement of metabolic function. Lemon provides natural antioxidants and minerals that help reduce oxidative stress, a major contributor to erectile difficulties. Oxidative stress stiffens arterial walls, reduces elasticity, and limits the smooth dilation that is necessary for the penis to fill quickly and completely. When oxidative stress is reduced, the blood vessels behave more fluidly, the erectile tissue traps blood more effectively, and the experience of firmness becomes more consistent. Combined with the pH balancing effect of bicarbonate, lemon creates an ideal scenario in which both circulation and cellular function operate more efficiently. Some men also underestimate the importance of how this mixture influences the nervous system. Lemon contains compounds that naturally support relaxation, reducing the tension and performance pressure that often interfere with sexual response. When the body feels more balanced and the vascular system is functioning more freely, arousal occurs with less internal resistance. This is why the combination of bicarbonate and lemon becomes more than a simple home remedy. It becomes a supportive tool that addresses several layers of the physiological process behind erection, creating a foundation that allows the penis to respond with greater strength, consistency, and confidence as we continue building toward the complete protocol. Now that you understand why the combination of bicarbonate and lemon can influence circulation and support stronger erections, it is time to break down the exact preparation method so the mixture works with your body instead of against it. Many men make the mistake of taking natural remedies without understanding timing, dosage, or the physiological logic behind them. This mixture requires precision, not because it is complicated, but because your internal chemistry responds differently depending on when and how the ingredients are introduced. The goal here is not to create a sudden shock in your system, but a controlled reaction that enhances blood flow, nitric oxide activity, and pH balance in a predictable and safe way. The first step is choosing the correct dose of bicarbonate. A small amount is enough, and more does not mean better. 1/2 teaspoon mixed into water is sufficient to support the buffering effect without overwhelming your digestive system. Using more than this can cause bloating or discomfort, and it does not increase the benefits for erection or circulation. The next component is the lemon. You need the juice of half a medium lemon, freshly squeezed. Bottled or processed versions do not deliver the same active compounds and may contain additives that interfere with the physiological response. The order in which you mix the ingredients matters. Add the lemon juice to the glass first, then pour in 150 to 200 milliliters of room temperature water. Only after the liquid is prepared should you add the bicarbonate. This prevents an overly intense chemical reaction and helps the mixture remain gentle on your stomach. When the bicarbonate dissolves, the solution should lightly fizz. This indicates the natural reaction between the citrates and bicarbonate that enhances its bioavailability. Once the mixture settles slightly, drink it slowly over the course of 1 to 2 minutes. Timing is one of the most critical aspects of the protocol. The mixture is most effective when taken on an empty stomach, ideally in the morning before breakfast or 30 to 40 minutes before intimacy. When taken in these windows, your body absorbs the compounds more efficiently, allowing them to influence circulation, nitric oxide production, and pH balance before the digestive process interrupts absorption. For men with sensitive stomachs, taking it at least 2 hours after a meal works well, but the empty stomach rule still offers the strongest results. The frequency of use should be consistent but moderate. Taking the mixture once a day is enough to create noticeable changes in blood flow and erectile response, especially when combined with regular hydration and balanced nutrition. Some men feel subtle changes within minutes, such as improved warmth or sensitivity, while others notice more stable firmness over several days. The key is not to rush the process. Erections rely on a delicate combination of vascular health, nerve signaling, and biochemical balance, and this mixture supports those systems gradually. There are also important safety considerations. Men with kidney conditions, hypertension, or strict sodium restrictions should speak with a doctor before using bicarbonate regularly. While natural remedies are effective, they still interact with your physiology. As long as the guidelines are followed, the mixture becomes a powerful tool that supports the internal conditions your body needs to produce stronger and more reliable erections, preparing the foundation for long-term improvement as we continue building the complete protocol. As the mixture begins to integrate into your daily routine, the way your body responds can be surprisingly clear, even before major changes in erection quality become fully noticeable. Most men expect an immediate transformation, but the reality is that internal systems shift in layers, each one contributing to better blood flow and stronger erectile performance. The first signs usually appear as subtle changes in circulation. A feeling of warmth in the lower abdomen, a slight increase in sensitivity, or the perception that the penis reacts more quickly to touch are all common indicators that the biochemical environment is beginning to adjust. These early signals show that the vascular system is becoming more responsive and that nitric oxide pathways are activating more efficiently. During the first few days, many men notice that spontaneous or morning erections become slightly more frequent or more stable than before. This happens because the erectile tissue starts receiving a more consistent blood supply, even when arousal is not consciously triggered. Morning erections are an excellent sign of vascular readiness, and when they return or strengthen, it reflects the body's improved ability to maintain internal pressure within the penile chambers. The bicarbonate and lemon combination supports this by reducing acid buildup and helping the smooth muscles inside the penis relax more easily, allowing blood to enter and remain there with less resistance. As the endothelium, the inner lining of the blood vessels, begins to regain flexibility, reactions during arousal become noticeably quicker. Stimulation that previously felt slow or unreliable often begins to produce a firmer response with less effort. Some men describe this stage as feeling more connected to their own body, as if the penis is finally cooperating again rather than hesitating. This change comes from improved oxygen delivery and better muscular behavior inside the erectile tissue. When oxygenation increases and oxidative stress decreases, the penis becomes more capable of sustaining firmness throughout the entire sexual experience. Around the first week, the improvements tend to become more obvious. The penis may feel heavier during the day, a sign that resting blood flow has increased. Sensitivity also becomes more balanced rather than dulled, which helps the brain and body synchronize arousal signals more effectively. This relationship between nerve response and blood flow is essential, because an erection is not just a mechanical event but a coordinated exchange between circulation and the nervous system. When the internal environment supports both systems, arousal becomes smoother and more natural, without the interruptions that many men experience as they age. By the second week, changes in firmness, stability, and duration become stronger. The erectile chambers hold blood more effectively, and the tissues inside the penis develop a more reliable tone. Men often notice they are no longer overthinking performance, because the body begins to feel more capable on its own. This psychological shift is important, as confidence directly enhances physiological reactions. As blood flow becomes more efficient and the nitric oxide response strengthens, the penis reacts with greater ease, marking a transition toward the long-term improvements that this protocol is designed to support, leading naturally into the final stage of integrating everything into a consistent routine. When the body begins responding more consistently and the internal balance becomes stable, the final step is creating a routine that reinforces these improvements day after day. Strong erections are not the result of a single action but the outcome of repeated habits that support the vascular system, the nervous system, and the biochemical environment inside the body. The bicarbonate and lemon mixture works as a daily foundation, but it becomes far more effective when paired with small, intentional adjustments that keep circulation active and nitric oxide levels primed. The goal is to build a rhythm that allows your body to function with the same reliability you once had, without forcing it or creating pressure around performance. This routine starts with consistency. Taking the mixture at the same time each day helps your system maintain predictable pH support and vascular responsiveness. Many men notice that their erections become easier to maintain when there is a stable pattern because the body relies heavily on routine for hormone signaling, blood flow, and muscular relaxation. Even the nervous system begins to react more smoothly when the internal environment remains predictable. Over the next weeks, your circulation grows more efficient. Your erectile chambers behave with more confidence, and your penis responds with a firmness that feels natural rather than forced. Supporting this process with hydration and light physical movement can elevate the results even more. Simple actions like walking, stretching the hips, or breathing deeply for a few minutes improve oxygen delivery and help blood flow reach the pelvic region without interruption. These small additions strengthen the effect of the mixture, reinforcing the vascular flexibility that men lose gradually with age. As these habits accumulate, you may find that arousal requires less mental focus, because the body itself is finally cooperating. This shift often becomes one of the most empowering parts of the journey, as the penis no longer feels unpredictable or unstable. Another part of the routine is recognizing the signs of progress without rushing them. Each body responds at its own pace, and the path towards stronger erections is often a combination of biochemical changes and psychological release. When the body starts behaving with more stability, the mind follows, reducing tension and allowing arousal to develop naturally. As the erectile tissue becomes more responsive, the mixture becomes not just a remedy but a support system that ensures your results remain steady over time. This long-term stability is what most men truly seek, and it is the purpose behind refining the protocol into something simple, sustainable, and effective. As we reach this point, I want you to reflect on how your body has been reacting and how these adjustments may already be influencing your confidence and performance. If you have reached the end of this video feeling that this message was meant for you, share a comment saying this message was for me. It helps strengthen your commitment to your own improvement. And if the guidance here brought clarity or value, leave a like and consider subscribing so you can continue receiving content that supports your health and vitality. There is another video right here that deepens this journey and connects perfectly with what you learned today. So take a moment to watch it and continue this path with me as your progress unfolds naturally.